So all of this works together to make the selling system work. So that first weekend is we do a grand rollout of your home to the market. Okay. And it's going to be this, this, and this. So all I'm doing is highlighting the things that I do that matter. If there's anything you give as a free bonus, plus before we do all of that, I'm going to highly suggest that we do a pre-listing home inspection on your property. Can I explain what that does? Okay, this is probably one of the things that will save you more money than anything else you will do, that will maximize your equity. While we're getting ready to get it staged, we're going to have a home inspection done. Now, if you have a home inspector you want to use, that's cool, or you can use mine, or I can give you some to choose from, but I've got one that I've used on my own property, and a lot of my clients have used them, love them. I can't recommend them because I'm not allowed to recommend a home inspector, but he's my home inspector. If you want to use him, you can use him. If you don't, you can pick your own. But here's what we do. We're going to have a home inspection done. This is kind of like a certified pre-owned car that we're going to have the house completely inspected, find out what's wrong. And then he will help you, and we'll work together to decide what are the items that need to go ahead and be repaired. Because once those are repaired now, in the disclosure, we're able to disclose what has been done to this house to make it ready for the next homeowners, for the buyers. And here's what that does. Two things. One, the house has more perceived value, just like you don't buy a used car, you buy a certified pre-owned car. Why? All this stuff's been checked and fixed, right? So we're going to do that for them. Well, how much money am I going to spend? Great question. You're going to spend significantly less money doing repairs on the front end than you will have to spend on the back end if we wait until after you have a contract on the property. And you can explain that if you need to. Okay. So it's going to do that. The other thing it's going to do is when we're negotiating the offers, you're able to already disclose everything that's wrong with the property, plus the inspection and the inspection report. So this gives us the opportunity, especially when we're in a multiple offer situation, to get buyers to often waive any inspection period or repair requests. So they are legitimately accepting the house in as is condition. Now, they may still have an inspection done. If there's any surprises, we'll still have to deal with it. But what this does is it eliminates you losing equity once we have a deal on your house. And this literally saves my sellers typically thousands and often tens of thousands of dollars, because we go in on the front end to prevent buyers coming back at you and beating you up on your price or taking money away from your pocket by demanding all kinds of repairs. And it lets us negotiate repairs while we still have all the buyers at the table. Now, you guys understand how powerful this is? If I got 5 offers and I can deal with repairs while I'm negotiating the 5 offers, how much leverage does that give my seller compared to, we got 5 offers, we accept 1 offer, get rid of the other 4, and now it's just me and the buyer, and they come in and they have their inspection done, and there's these problems, and then they come in and say, we want you to fix that, and that, and we want you to fix that, and we want a repair allowance for that. Now, what leverage does your seller have? None. They don't have any leverage. So they're now giving away their equity. This is one of the most important and powerful skills you will learn in negotiations for sellers, is understanding the power of a pre-market inspection. Okay. And if you got a good inspector, you work with them, they know you know what you're doing, they will typically let your seller pay for the inspection at closing. You can also pay for the inspection if you choose to as a part of your value package that you give them. Okay. Which means I'm going to pay for the inspection. You're going to pay for the repairs. And we'll work with the inspector, because here's what the inspector knows how to do. The inspector, because he works with transactions all the time with buyers and sellers, he knows what needs to be fixed on a house to make it sell for the most, to alleviate buyer fears, to make sure lenders don't have any problem with it if it's an FHA or VA. And he knows what it typically costs for each of those things. He knows what items are just code that really are irrelevant. So his job is not to cost you money. His job is to help save you money. Does that make sense? Perfect. So the value of all this is huge. So if I do that, okay, then I'm explaining the value of the stuff that I am doing above and beyond. If that's important for me to help establish, if I'm competing with another agent, how what we do is different than what other agents do, and how we actually are able to get them more money in their pocket than the other agent can get. This is how you do it. Okay. 10-day selling system, pre-market inspection, get rid of repair requests after property goes into escrow, get rid of contingencies after property goes into escrow. This is how you get deals closed, and you stop having the over 15% fallout. Because you guys know right now, over 15% of transactions are not closing because deals are falling apart.